Welcome to Newpark Montessori School. We are an independent pre-prep school for children from 3 years until 7 years. Hopefully in this video you'll be able to see a taster of life for your child at Newpark, the day that they can experience and some of our ethos and our vision for your child's education. We sincerely wish and work very hard towards achieving that every child leaves Newpark with a thirst, a genuine love and thirst for learning. We want to ensure that every child is curious about the world around them and leaves us equipped for their life ahead. Their academic journey here at Newpark isn't just about them learning to read and write, but it's also about them having those key life skills and the character and attitude of mind that's going to shape them to be the adult that they're going to be in the future. I think every child is an individual, and so we approach each child and look at what their interests and their strengths are and work with that. So the child is the driving force behind their own development and their own academic success. We are not shaping them to be Newparkers, we're shaping them to be themselves. And hopefully each child's own unique talents and interests will manifest themselves, but not at the expense of them having a well-rounded and fully formed education.
So, you went to a flower festival yesterday, did you do a flower show? And how did you get these seeds? Did you choose them?
Our beginning focus is on helping the child to become independent, to help lengthen and strengthen their concentration, and to help them coordinate their own movements and themselves so that they can then apply themselves to any area of the curriculum. Without those three key essential skills, they won't flourish in any other area. So with the very first activities that they might be introduced to when they come to Newpark, like practical life and sensorial activities and group-based activities that we like to call grace and courtesy, those activities will really help for them to become independently active children, and when they are active learners, and they will then be able to concentrate on more challenging activities as they go on to 4, 5, 6 years of age and look at all areas of the curriculum, including maths, literacy, knowledge and understanding of the world, including volcanoes and dinosaurs and all those that capture children's imagination, but also looking at the social element of their development, so the things that are going to help form their character, help them become, responsible and conscientious members of society and have those kind of manners and moral values that every parent wants for their child. A few of the activities have very many different aims and objectives to them. So one activity may seem like it's just about geography, like the map of the world, where the children are learning to classify their understanding of the continents, and we can then drill down from a knowledge of one continent to then perhaps countries within it and the culture and the food and the building. When we choose a topic for them to explore, we go everywhere with them in that exploration, and it's important that they know that they live in a world that has different people in it with different beliefs, different ideas, different ways of life, and that helps them know themselves, but it also helps them become a more fully formed and more responsible member of society, and also they have good fun. That's the most important thing.
At the top I did pink, and at the bottom I did purple. Beautiful. I'm going to do some more painting.
We want children to fly naturally through their development, not find it difficult or stumbling blocks. So we really want children to love learning and love the experience and want to carry that to their next school and through university and through the rest of their life.
You show me the number 6.
Children, when you capture their imagination for something, are limitless in where they can go with it by themselves, and their own abilities to drive their own development, their own success is far greater than any teacher's ability to drive it for them.
And this big one goes here. See? You did.
And that's the beauty of what we do here at Newpark. We are able to give them an environment where they are free to explore these things, and they have the liberty of being able to spend time playing games, building their phonetic understanding and their awareness of phonetics in everyday life, or they're able to start noticing patterns and sequences, which leads to a natural curiosity of numbers. So we're not having to overcome a stumbling block with the children. The children ask us, what's this, what's that, and their curiosity is where we go with them.
I was thinking, wow. I think it's a cone.
Is she right? Is it a cone? It is a cone. 4 plus 2.
The children are far more in control of their own learning. Now, that doesn't mean that they're just left to their own devices. They are very heavily monitored and observed, and of course we guide children in particular ways, but because they have the freedom to choose what they want to do from moment to moment, and that they're learning the lessons, if you will, are actually one-to-one presentations between teacher and child, they get far more quality time with the teachers, far more input, and then far more freedom and time and space to then repeat and perfect that knowledge in their own way without it being hothouse, but with it still having the same sort of educational success at the end. So the children leave Newpark with, you know, a very high level of understanding in all of the 3 R's, and also a high level of understanding about the world around them, but without ever having been pressured to get there in the first place. So what we hope to achieve in the sort of 3-4 years that a child will be at Newpark is to prepare them not only for the rest of their life, but also for the next educational stepping stone. So together with the teachers, we work with parents to decide what school they might like to go to next, and then work with that school to look at what that child might particularly need to focus on in order to make the transition to that school easier for the child, parent and the next school. So whatever decision a parent makes, we're happy to help them make it with them if they would like. We have contacts and links with the schools, and if we don't, we'll help them make it. And we will prepare that child in whatever ways necessary to pass, whether it be 7+ exams or sitting tests or interviews, in order so that the parents can choose their first school. These are the most valuable years of a child's life. From 3 to 7 is where a child creates themselves, and we don't get to live these years again. So making the decision of where they're going at 7 or 11 or 18 is very valuable, but making the decision where they go at 3 is really where it all starts.
I like melon. I like melon too. Seafood, no, I like melon. Me too.
This is a kiwi.
I like the kiwi.
The years of learning here not only is about learning information, it's about forming themselves and that creative process. That is the wonder of the Montessori class, is that there's so much going on in their development with any activity that it could lead the child in any direction, but that's always going to be up, which is the exciting thing.
Very nice. Okay, let's go.
Let's play. One guy.